What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on the Race Relentless YouTube channel. It is Saturday morning, and we are fired up about what is going down later this evening. So a couple weeks ago, Kevin sends me a screenshot of an event flyer from Goods Raceway. And if you guys remember any of the YXZ Sprint Car episodes, Goods Raceway is the racetrack that actually allowed us to come up and put our first actual test laps on the wing. So he sends me the screenshot of their flyer, and on the flyer it says side-by-side non-turbo and turbo classes for tonight's race. So sends another message and it says, are you going to put the sprint car wing on my car and go run this thing? So instantly I was like, heck yeah, and we got to work on it right away. So if you did catch any of the YXZ Sprint Car episodes, then you'll remember that the wing was actually built for and ran on the original project back to the 90s, or our stock unit, our 17 YXZ, which we no longer have. So we had to put the wing down on the old 89 unit. And man, this thing, look at her, she looks tough too. But this car hasn't actually been moved in almost a year. So we went down and ran the Fall Classic. Kevin raced it down in Marengo at their Fall Classic last year, almost exactly a year ago. And the car's pretty much been sitting in my garage ever since. So whenever he said, hey, are you going to run the wing on this thing? Like, take it out and run this circle track race. We had a little bit of maintenance to do to it, just some prep work, because we really hadn't touched it since Marengo. So we put some fresh oil in it, cleaned everything up, went through the diffs, all that type of stuff. And then we had to work out, me and Wes worked out changing the mounts, because the cage on the stock unit and Kevin's cage weren't exactly the same. So we had to get some new weight clamps and stuff like that. But Wes came down and me and him knocked that stuff out, and the car's pretty much ready to go. We got the left rear off. It's over there on the tire stand. We're going to do a little bit of buffing and grooving on that left rear before we put it on there. Scott Hewitt gave us a couple pointers on what to do with the shocks to help this thing get around the racetrack tonight. And well, we're just excited to get out and actually race our first race with the wing. We were super excited about the wing whenever we got it done. We took it out. We had them couple test sessions at Goods. And then we got so sidetracked and busy with the off-road racing and the buggies this year that the wing's just been sitting over in the corner. So when all this came around and we figured out we were going to be able to go and actually take a green flag with the sprint car wing, man, it's just exciting to finally get to do that with this thing. So the side-by-side oval track racing is kind of gaining some momentum around our area. So more tracks are adding side-by-side classes, and they're getting some decent car counts. So we've been sitting back pretty much all year kind of watching all that go down, and there was really nothing we could do about it because, like I said, we were so busy with the buggy racing in the Midwest and all that we just couldn't make it down. So it just worked out, perfect timing. Goods Raceway, we know the track, we've been around it. We wanted to go support the local side-by-side oval track racing anyways, because it's just a cool deal. And the guy Brendan Beck, he's not putting the races on, but he's been kind of pushing this side-by-side oval track deal, and he's been doing a great job at it, and we wanted to support his efforts also. So it just worked out perfect that we're going to be able to go out there tonight and do some running with the YXZ Sprint Car wing. So super excited. We're going to groove this left rear, a couple more checks to do on the car, clean the trailer out, and we're going to head up there. We'll catch up with you guys when we get to Goods Raceway.
Track ready to go green. The pole on the 89 is going to be the little right cylinder is outside, and the 911 it's Tim Spreitzer, which was Brendan Beck, Byerski, the 5 Stephen Sugars, and Michael Byerski.
right, guys. Well, it is officially the day after the race, and I apologize for doing just a terrible job at keeping up with, checking in between hot laps and heat race and before the feature and all that, and just keeping up with the video in general. Did not do a good job of that last night because it was a crazy night. We got kind of caught off guard with the whole program. Goods Raceway does a fantastic job at keeping the show moving, and even though they had a couple rain delays last night, things got done a lot faster than what we were even expecting. So we were kind of scrambling to get in the car for the heat race and for the feature. And because that rain came in there, it was kind of spitting on and off like the whole night while we were there. So we were real leery about leaving our cameras in the car. So during the races, no GoPro footage. So it's just an off night, and we just didn't do a very good job of like keeping up with the whole video. But thought it'd be good today just to kind of recap what went on last night, since we didn't chat much during the video last night. Showed up last night, there was no non-turbos there, so they bumped us up into the turbo class, which I was okay with. I planned on running the turbo class anyways, but it would have been nice to run with cars that actually fit the class that we want to run, but it is what it is. So we ran the turbo class. We had a really good hot lap session. The car felt really good. We made some minor shock changes and tire pressure changes in between hot laps and the heat race. Got to start on the pole in the heat race. Got a good jump off the start, but got into some trouble. A couple of us got together down in turn number 1, but we got everything squared up and took off from there, and ended up coming away with a second in the heat race. So we were extremely happy with that, being in a non-turbo car against the turbo cars that were there. So real happy with that heat race. And then we come back in, buffed the rear tires and made a couple changes, got ready to go back out for the feature. We started on the outside pole since we finished second in the heat race, and we go out right before we got ready to go out. We're sitting in the chute and it starts to rain again. So the Dorf class that was running, they red flagged their race, and they come back and ask us if we would go out and help roll the track in. So we did that, went out and rolled it in, got the track halfway rolled in, and they decided they were going to give us the green flag. So they gave us the green, and we got down into 1. The leader kind of got the guy that sat on the pole kind of got sideways, went in the infield. So we got into turn 1 first, and you could tell that the track was super greasy, but from inside the car, I couldn't tell that it had started pouring down rain again. So we got on the back straightaway. Track was just extremely greasy, slippery. They flipped the red on and threw the caution flag, and that ended the night. So we're not sure what they're going to do as far as the makeup race, whether they're going to have the makeup race next week and run double features, or I don't know what they're going to do. So even if they did that, I don't know that we would make it, just because of what other things that are going on. So anyways, to wrap everything up, we had a great night. It was fantastic. We did exactly what we wanted to do. We just put more laps on the wing. We changed the bracketry around. It seemed like everything held up pretty well. And we learned a ton about making this car go left. So we'll probably have a full-on episode about the circle track setup once we feel that we've really dialed it in. So, but yeah, we learned a ton about the car and how to make it go around the oval track. And there's still a lot more to learn, and we're not done with it yet. But it was great after it sat for so long to get it back out and actually take a green flag and race with the sprint car wing on there was awesome. So I had a blast. So appreciate Kevin letting me take his car out and run it, and I had fun. It definitely won't be the last time. I could see where the circle track racing could be extremely fun. So looking forward to doing it again. So as I said, I don't know what's going to happen with this makeup race or whatever, and I don't even know that we would go, but if we do, we do, and if we don't, we don't. So until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Don't forget to check out the website, racerelentlessproducts.com, and we'll catch you guys next time. Later on.